Hey guys, Brian Klock. I'm here with Gene Slater.
Morning.
I think we should probably let them know, right? 1993, we met at the 90th anniversary of Harley Davidson. So it's been over 30 years that we've been friends. And so when you're calling in and it's like, Clockworks, this is Gene. This is the beautiful face you're getting, and it is the voice of experience. Gene has long since blown by retirement. He doesn't even know what that word means. And so he just loves to be here and loves to educate you. So today we're going to talk about something a little bit difficult, which is Indian windshields. Many of you maybe haven't installed an Indian windshield at your dealership, but Indian continues to rise in popularity, and we want to pay attention. You'll notice this bike's dirty. It's a loaner from our friend Tracy Twos up in North Dakota. Tracy loaned us number 2002 of 107, this Montana Silversmith's badge on this Jack Daniels Indian Roadmaster limited edition bike. So only 107 of these ever made. We got number 2 here today. You can see it's got this incredible whiskey candy paint. But shine works, that's the key, right? So even before you work on anybody's bike, your own or a customer's, make sure you dust it off. The nice thing is you can use this shine works on everything from this dusty paint to this dusty windshield. This factory windshield is tint, okay? So while it seems like it's clear, it has a light bit of tint in it. It's Indian's version of tint. So this is the Clockworks Flare Windshield that's privately labeled for Indian. So this comes on this bike because it's a special edition bike. Right? The size of this windshield, I think it's 12.
Because of the top, the radius on the 12 is a little better than the 10.
A little bit rounder, okay? But the beauty about these Indian motorcycles is you'll notice there's a switch over here. That's a power switch, right? You turn that on, and on this same control, there's a button that you could push to raise it up and down. Okay, and you can see it's still dusty down here, all the things, right? It's better just to clean that up so before you even take this windshield off, right? And you can see we've got one bolt already out of it here. And the reason we want to talk about that so much is that because if you look down in here, right here, this is where this whole carriage is. It's wide open and literally bolts can fall down there. Not that I've ever done that.
No. That's something you don't want to do because once it falls in there, you may not get it out. 99% of the time it gets stuck and now you're without a T-nut in the back. So don't let that fall in there. So
there's nuts on the back of here, like these T-nuts like Gene was talking about. We'll show you that. But we want you to understand that the minute you take these off, this nut will fall out. This is not a nut cert. It doesn't stay in there. So you have a moving part on the front, moving part on the back. In order to do this, we generally take a rag and stuff it down in here just so you get it over that carriage area so that if you're really lucky and you do drop that bolt, it lands on that rag, not somewhere you don't want it to be, which is completely down in the fairing.
A little bit of insurance on there if you stuff that rag in there.
So I'm going to step out of the way. There's nobody better than the master here. Gene's going to take it over and drive you through this whole process. But we want you to understand that we have dark smoke windshields for this, a tint windshield, which is a little bit darker tint than this, and colored windshield. So today we're going to play with a little pop of color. But we want to show you how to install a windshield, whether it's a Chieftain, this is the new version of Chieftain, or the older version of the Chieftain, where the spotlights are actually right in the fairing, and the headdress is differently. But there's 2 versions of this same type of fairing. The carriage is the same on all of them.
This is a very simple install. All you really need is a couple microfibers, a 4mm T-handle. I like T-handles better than keys. No ratchets, no power drivers, none of the power tools are needed. Just a simple T-handle. A roll of blue painter's tape, doesn't matter if it's 3/4 inch and a half. Don't forget to come back at the end, wipe down the screen with some shine works, and you're good to go. Go out and enjoy the day. So the first thing we're going to do is turn the power on and get the windshield all the way up and get it stopped at the up position. So we get our blue painter's tape. Be careful on this when you go on here. A lot of times on new bikes, the setup guy will put a bunch of Armor All or something really slick on the back of these T-nuts. Make sure this blue tape sticks because we don't want that T-nut to fall down in the fairing. As long as we're at this point, we should talk about that. We're going to take some old rags. I like to use microfibers. Stuff them down in this vent so that we don't accidentally drop the back of this nut into the fairing. It's kind of a bottomless pit. You'll never get it out of there. Grab your 4mm T-handle. I like to use Klein tools. They're really nice. You can use a key or anything you want, but it always helps to put your finger on the back of it just to make sure that tape holds. So when you get the windshield removed, you might find these rubber washers that are adhered to the back of the windshield or perhaps even to the mounting carriage that moves up and down. If they come off, just pick them off the windshield, put them back on the carriage. If they're on the carriage and they're gone, check the windshield and put them back on the carriage. They can be mounted either direction. There's no real rhyme or reason for which side they will be on. But if they come off, just put them back. So now that we have the windshield T-nuts stabilized and the shoulder bolts out of the way, this will be just slightly stuck. There's a little bit of adhesive that the factory puts on there, and give it a little shake. Pull the stock windshield off the fairing and set it aside. So we're going to put an orange windshield on here today. Complements the color of this sparkly bike. Take your shoulder bolt and put your finger on the back of that T-nut, just kind of hold things in place. Kind of get that started. It's nice to go ahead and get a couple going. And like that one was just about to fall out of there, so be kind of careful when you stuff this in here. So as you put this shoulder bolt in, stabilize the T-nut in the back, because they will move. Painter's tape is loose. Put that in. Kind of slip in behind here and get that bottom one. Okay, so this is the more difficult one. And we'll slide that in there and kind of take a quick look at it, make sure you're in the right place. If there's one you're going to drop, it's this one. So that's where the rags will come into play. I like to start in the center one because that way things don't shift. Put your finger on the back again just in case it's going to move. Catch them all. These things are not lug nuts. So just give them about 15 inch-pounds of torque. That's just snug. Give it a little shake, see if it's tight. It is. Don't forget to pull the rags. And there it is. Don't forget to come back with some Shine Werks. Get your greasy fingerprints off of there. And there it is. Finally, don't forget to pull the blue tape because you'll not want to look at that. And you're out.